Hey everybody, I'm going to do a video on pickups from actually the last week. Hopefully tomorrow I'll go out and find some more stuff at some flea markets. But I went to a local flea market and actually two antique shops and picked up some pretty neat things. So I'm going to do a little bit longer video and show all this, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. So let's check it out. All right, so this is everything that I have picked up. All these medals, they're more modern really than what I like to collect. But I got I think there's 11 of these medals in the cases. All at a local flea market for 50 bucks for all of them. So I figured that was a no-brainer to go ahead and pick them up. The cases aren't in the greatest shape, but sometimes I run across people who need a replacement medal, or if I'm going to do a display for myself or something, I might pick up a loose medal or two. But there's two of them that are named, but the rest are just unnamed medals, but still at 50 bucks. Can't beat that. And this next lot came from a antique shop that I used to be a dealer in, and every now and again I'll try to stop by. It's about an hour or so away from me, but they gave me some pretty good deals because they still remember me there. But a lot of these random medals and pens. That one's actually a GAR encampment, the Grand Army of the Republic. Admiral Dewey, like kind of souvenir, like patriotic pens, and this token were also there in their cases and were a decent deal. This is probably my favorite one. I've already put in another case, but that's a rather large Admiral Dewey pen. I just bought this because it was really cool with the AEF on it from the 28th. And it's one of their reunions in 1940. Just expert rifle badge. There's no markings on the back. This pen is a Submariner's pen for the Navy, but you can see in the middle there it's got I guess it's kind of graphic. Maybe I should try to censor it, but I'll leave it and see what happens. But anybody knows anything about that pen, let me know, because I ain't been able to find. I don't know if some sailor had it made and was wearing it when they're in uniform, but anyway, this selective service medal, just because I've been on a kick of buying medals recently, and it was a good price. And these caps here, he actually had a few totes of things he had bought, and he let me dig through them. And I picked these out. This one's the 10th Princess Mary's Own Gurkha. So the British Army, India, their unit. This one's just a neat French Navy. And this one's what caught my eyes. It's really super cool. It's, I think, a Spanish civil defense, maybe. I've already cleaned it up a little bit. It was real nasty, but it's just a cool looking little cap to display. And this the sweatband's kind of coming out of this cap here, but this, I mean, he discounted a lot for me. Super cool officer's cap. I didn't actually have one for display here, so I actually needed it. And this pottery jug, I'm assuming is the good luck version of the swastika, but I don't know, it's just kind of neat and not a bad deal. So I figured I'd pick it up, and I'm not going to display it, but I figured maybe somebody would want it or want to trade for something with it. And that was it from that shop. And then another shop I used to be in, I'll go check him out every now and again. He'll sometimes have some stuff held back, or it'll be mixed into stuff already, and he gives me good deals. I actually gave him some cash for this, and I'm going to trade him some. I collect 80s and 90s lunchboxes and toys and stuff too, and he wanted some A-Team and Mr. T stuff, so I'm going to trade him some of that for this. I normally don't deal with burial flags or anything too often, but this one is a 48 star. So I picked it up. I mean, I don't know what I'll do with it, but it doesn't have a name or anything with it. But I'll leave it in the case with the cap badge there, and kind of an unnamed remembrance of whichever soldier this was. I love these old kind of patriotic prints that people used to hang in their houses. This one is captioned there, "Our Daddy." Let me see the little girl. With the soldier there on the mantle. A really large piece. Some bayonets just for the wall. And a knife, I should say, not bayonet, but just because I made a big package deal. This was interesting. It's like a wood carving. I'm assuming it must be of a German soldier with the monocle. But there's no markings or anything. It's made of wood. And I couldn't find anything when I initially researched it, so. But a neat piece. Just a sweetheart pen he had in his sterling case. But I'm not really worried about the metal or the precious metal. It's just a really cool little pen. Just a random defense medal. He just threw this in. I'm assuming there must have been something on top of it. But it was free, so that's fun. This is a great photo. I haven't taken it out of the frame yet, just to check the photo itself, but it is named on there from the 17th Lancers. This is another piece I'm having trouble really finding. I'm assuming it must be French because of this box of French stuff here, but if anybody knows, it's got that number 15 on it for some reason. And it's real small. I thought it was Spanish or Italian at first, but it may be French. Drop a comment if you know, please. And this box here is probably my favorite out of the collection. And it's full of a French, I think he was an officer or a non-commissioned officer who was killed in action. And it's got all of his information in it. This is him. He was killed in action on January 7th, 1945. And it's got some really interesting stuff from his enlistment papers to his death record. Photos of, I'm assuming it must be his wife at his grave because he was buried near the battlefield where he died. But I might just do a separate video on this. It's full of photos of him, and I believe his father was in World War I. So there's some World War I things in here as well. I'll show you real quick, and like I said, I'll do a separate video, but I'm assuming some of this stuff must have been his father, because this gentleman was born in 1911. Anyway, I'll do a video hopefully on that soon. Go through that a little better, because it's really amazing stuff. And I'll be on the hunt again. Well, it's Friday here when I made this video, so tomorrow I should be out. I have a friend coming down. We're going to go do some hunting for some stuff, and I'll let you know what we find. Thanks for watching.